Hi, Kristen. I'm gonna do your soul rebirth journey now. I'm so excited. I've been trying to think of how. So you have everybody who I do soul rebirth journeys for. I always channel a special permission slip, a spiritual permission slip, and then as long as we're aligned with the words of the permission slip, then that allows me to enter into your spiritual atmosphere and then do this work. And then I'll try and accomplish as much as I can within an hour and a half to 2 hours of healing. But it's pretty neat because I get to go into your spiritual universe and then I get to heal things in an infinite space, right? So the healing is infinite healing. And for you, Kristen, we're going to focus on entering this heart portal of yours and allowing it to have an open flow, so the energy comes in and out of the heart, right? So like ocean waves, the tide comes in, the tide goes out, and things are in a natural flow. And it's going to be really exciting too because we're going to be connecting with Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. And so they're going to share some special wisdom on love and relationships. And that's also came through this spiritual permission slip. He talked to me about how you have a connection with them, and a really meaningful one. And so it just felt right to allow that to be a spiritual gift that I'm going to take with me through your soul rebirth journey, and then we can experience their love inside your heart, and then share more about love. And it's just, we're just going to do a big love thing here. It's going to get really loving around here. Let's see. And then we're going to focus on your back pain. We're going to give you a youthful balance of hormones and positive health and self-satisfaction. And we're just going to give you a good wash of energy and make you feel awesome. So I'm going to put this spiritual permission slip. I'm not going to force you viewers to read it unless you want to. I'm going to put it in the actual, so when you open the video, you can like read about it, right? So you can go in there and then you can see it in there. So that way you can read it that way. So I'm just going to get started. I'm so excited right now. Sometimes I just have to get the silly out and then we can go. Okay. Let me move this downward. Wow, that makes everything a lot darker, doesn't it? I better put that back. You gotta be able to see me. There. Okay. Now you can see me. Alright. Okay. So I'm just connecting with you, Kristen, and then we'll... So I'm seeing you, and you're standing there before me. And so behind you, we've got a beach setting here, and then we have waves rolling in and out. We're not looking at the tropical beaches that you love. We're looking at, northern oceans. And so it's a little bit colder climate. It's like the sky is not, this sky is not filled with just sun and blue. There's some clouds to it, or overcast sky. But you're standing here before me and you're just standing straight, and literally there's like a hole right here through, so I can see through your body and I see the ocean on the other side of you. But around this hole is sort of like an energy, and so we're gonna explore this here. There's seagulls. They're just flying as well. So they're just doing their seagull thing as I'm seeing you, and the ocean waves are rolling in, and this is my vision here. This is what I'm seeing here. Let's see. So my spirit guides are asking me, do we want to close this hole, or do we leave the hole open? They're reminding me how I said open channel, right? And it's like, well, people don't need to have a hole through their body. They need to have a solidified body, but they need to have an energy flow that is natural. And this is not what natural looks like. So they're asking me if I know what happened to your heart, or why this explosion sort of took place. Thing is when I channeled your spiritual permission slip, it was very hard to experience getting into your heart portal. And here I'm seeing what is sort of blasted open. But it's there's some sort of odd wisdom related to this. because they're also indicating that this isn't just you being it sort of looks odd, it sort of doesn't look quite, that's not natural for me to see that, but they're also saying that you are open to receiving healing too. So there's sort of a play, you're open to receiving healing, but we also need to heal this so you're sort of solid, right? You have to have a solid form. You can't have a hole through your body. So there's some wisdom related to this here. So I'm just going to, and then seeing if there's anything more that needs to be shared about this image. We're flipping through that image was attached to a page, and now we're flipping the page, and now we're looking at a new page, and there's just a bunch of writing going on this page. Almost like fervor, or it's really fast. It's like, I gotta write it down as fast as I can, in like a diary or something. Really writing something down very quickly. And it's just, I can hear the pen scratching on the paper, and I can experience the intensity of focus on what you're trying to share, from the heart, sharing from the heart, writing it down really just without stop, without pause. You just keep writing, get it all out. They're saying you need to get it all out. If you're not getting it out, you create a plug, and now it's like, how are you gonna pull that plug out? You need to just be constantly getting it all out and having a natural flow. A lot of people hold stuff in, and when you hold stuff in, it's amazing how we all hold stuff in. It's amazing how this action of holding things in reflects in different places in the body. And yours is definitely sort of like an odd plug in the heart. So we see you are open to receiving healing, right? But also we need to solidify the hole. But there's something about, you have a stopper, and the flow of energy is sort of plugged there. But right now, experiencing all this fervorless, like crazy writing experience, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much energy just pouring out of your heart right now. And it feels so genuine, it's so passionate, so intense. So I'm experiencing this right now. You're at a point where you are literally looking up, putting your pen down. Okay, I'm supposed to describe what I'm seeing here. You're basically picking up a bottle of like alcohol and then just chugging it and then putting it on a desk, and there's a bird here. This doesn't mean that you're an alcoholic. This is just part of the wisdom, how the wisdom is shared. So this is how the wisdom is being shared right now. Something about this. Hasn't come to me what the message is just yet. I'm going to continue to watch this behavior. As I'm watching this behavior of you drinking and then sort of doing this, because you're just like guzzling it down, just spilling everywhere as you're drinking it, and you're just rubbing your face now and just setting it back down, the image is actually changing. It wants to become something else right now, but it hasn't manifested into the next image just yet. The next image that is coming is definitely a different message about, so what was sharing passionately from the heart is now a message about anger even. It just feels like it's getting more and more angry. Just the way this alcohol was just going down and just putting the bottle down, and just, it almost feels like, you just want to rip the pages out of this book, or you want to destroy something. It just feels a lot of anger right now. I asked me if I think Kristen's an angry person. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Reading your emails, you have such a jolly way of communicating. It's so different, and you have a fun way of like playing on words and sharing things in a way that's, the way you put your thoughts on a page is really unique. And I experienced what is sort of a natural, beautiful woman who just wants to have sort of a freedom, a flow of energy going in and out of the heart. And I do not experience anger at all when I connect with you. But obviously we're infinite souls, so we have all kinds of reflections, right? We're also human beings, and we have a right to feel emotional sometimes, and even erratic too. But so this is the wisdom that is being shared at this time. Well, let's see what happens next. So they're saying we are going to alter this. This image actually has a reflection inside your spiritual atmosphere. There's a relationship with this image and what you're experiencing today. So what we're doing is I'm actually going into this space here, and it is like a small house by the ocean, and I almost get a flavor of like a past lifetime where there was some sort of painful loss and broken heart, and then and need to drink or consume alcohol as a means to sort of find relief from pain. And that's pretty, I mean, human beings do this regularly. So that is an honest feeling. There's sort of a fisherman sort of feel to that as well. And the seagulls, the sound of seagulls just constantly just, it's like they're just looming all the time, making their seagull noises, and there's lots of them. So we're altering the vibration of this space, this image here. This is in your spiritual atmosphere. This is how my mind sees this. This is how this is how I comprehend the wisdom. So we're taking the bottle and we're putting it on this table here. See, that's just it. This whole space keeps transitioning between two scenes. What is a scene with sort of like a school teacher desk and writing on a paper? And then it sort of fluctuates into like a what is sort of an older like fisherman style house by the ocean, and just like old school. I don't know how you describe it, but there's like a woodenness to it. There's kind of a dampness that I feel about it. This bottle or alcohol has got sort of a feel of an older time. I don't know how you describe this time. I don't know where this time is or what place this is in, but the image keeps changing between you today, Kristen, and this experience of a past experience. So they're wanting to heal this. There's something about this flavor of alcohol and this need to self-sabotage, only because you don't know how to heal the heart properly. So we're going to heal the heart properly in this space. My spirit guides are asking me how I'm healing the heart. So I say I heal the heart by helping the soul see that this behavior is no longer necessary in the sort of the infinite cycle of life. So you enter into a scene from a past lifetime that is also somehow rippling an echo into this current lifetime. And now you alter the scene, and now you alter the vibration. So you show, I'm basically seeing what is a smaller man. He's kind of bald here, and he has a beard, and is sort of peppered with some gray hair in there, and he's skinny. He's kind of scrawny looking. And there's something about this space. He's like a fisherman, and he just looks like he needs to eat more. But I'm having an interaction with him. Let me just focus on this, and that way we can keep moving here. So I describe things as much as I can so you can see and experience them too. But now I need to heal this space. So let me focus, and then I'll tell you what happens. I'm basically choosing to help him see that he does not need to drink and heal his heart. Those are how I'm going to start approaching. This is my steps for approaching this healing right now. So let me go in here and do this. Oh, for crying out loud. Now we are no longer in a room. We are in a boat that is rocking on the ocean as well, and this man is in it. I didn't get the impression he had a big boat. I got the impression he had a smaller boat, but he's also in a very large boat. And there's a rocking and a swaying, and he is still drinking as well. They're asking me if I know what he was drinking. And the thing is, it looked like it was a clear, like, vodka style, but this is not vodka. I do not get the impression this is like a rum or something. I'm here on this ship. There's some vomiting going on right now. It's just such the feeling of this transition between this house. Everything is just literally going downhill is the only way you can describe it. What was somebody who was sort of a little more stable in this house setting, and just had sort of a drinking behavior, and then some sort of like self-pitying behavior. and now in this boat. It's like a pirate ship. I mean, that's the only way you can describe it. It feels like he's in like the hull of a pirate ship or something. And the boat is just really rocking, and it won't stop rocking. And I get seasick, so it's like, oh man, I would not be able to stand this. I'd have to be getting the fresh air. I would not be able to stand it. So we're down there, and he's literally like falling apart. Is the only way to describe it. I mean, he's a wreck. I don't even know why he's in this boat. I don't know this is about. They aren't telling me anything. They're just showing me the images. So he's just down there, and he can't sober up for one, and he's barfing his guts out. That's what we're seeing right now. This here, Kristen, is effectively healing your heart. These are the images Spirit shares, and then we have to heal these images, and this will create an effective ripple of change for you. They're asking me if I think Kristen was this man, and I'm saying yes. There's no doubt in my heart, mind, soul that I am experiencing that you were this man in a past lifetime. You were a scrawny man who was bald with a beard and had a drinking problem, but he had a broken heart was what this was. He had a real connection with ocean. He had a real connection with he had a real connection. I don't get the impression he's barfing because of the like rockiness, but just because his health is so poor right now, and he's a wreck. He just couldn't get out of this. It was just a really bad cycle. And then he ends up this guy is gonna die, and he's gonna die from his alcoholic behaviors, which means that he never actually was able to heal properly in the lifetime. So now you carry that sort of into the next lifetimes, until it can heal properly. So there's still a reflection of this. They aren't allowing me to see what took place before his drinking behavior, but there really was a sensation as though his drinking behavior was prompted by what was a broken heart, or this sensation of just something happened that broke his heart. I don't know if he lost the woman he loved, or maybe it was something in his upbringing. It feels like there's just a broken heart. That's the only way I can describe it. There's something about fumes, alcohol fumes. He's in a bed right now. He looks pretty bad. His skin's pretty pale. He even has blisters on his lips. He doesn't want to live anymore, that's for sure. They're asking if I know who's taking care of him. I can't, I'm trying to see what it is. I just see him in a bed here. They're saying I'm actually skipping between several lifetimes of a similar behavior. But I'm only able to project this one man because it stems from this lifetime. It started at this house by the ocean, a lifetime on the ocean as well, and now we're in more of a modern lifetime, what is sort of like like World War era, 1 or 2 era times. He looks like this room is sort of transforming into what is sort of like a hospital room full of people who are sick of different kinds. There's not actual rooms like walls and doorways. It's this sort of an open room of different kind of sickness, people with different sicknesses. And now I'm able to see that his appearance is altering still, but he even has this, he still looks like a man with this beard and bald, and kind of skinny too. But this time he's got a bandage on his head now. It just won't stop. This like recurring issue is just, I mean, here we have 3 separate lifetimes, but that's the same problem, and it's almost like time never happened. It's sort of weird. It's like, the only way I could describe it is that it was like a perfect mimicking echo between 3 different points in time, with a guy who looks almost identical to the exact other guys. They're not allowing his image to change, so I don't know if it's just these 3 guys look a lot alike, or they look completely different. Spirit is just helping me to understand that it was a repetitive behavior that took place over these lifetimes, a drinking behavior. But it was a broken heart thing that stemmed from a broken heart, and it went into these other spaces of lifetimes. So sort of weird, Kristen, because when I talk to you, the last thing on my mind is like tiny old man with drinking problems. When I talk to you, it was like, wow, she's a beautiful woman. She needs to feel that love in her heart, just really blossoming in there and glowing with love, and really glowing with that freedom to feel, experience, and share love in a balanced way. You do not get this impression. So I can't make this stuff up, I'm telling you what. So let's see. So I'm exploring how I'm asking if I'm able to heal these 3 spaces now, or if there's more that we're supposed to see. Because it's sort of strange because we see these men don't look anything, you don't look anything like, there's no relationship of appearance or anything, complete opposite. So I don't know. I'm going to go to each and every one of these, and I'm going to heal each and every one of these men. This one in the hospital bedroom, he's got some really gross looking teeth here. It just blisters on here, and then a bandage. He still has this sort of beard. I'm going to heal his heart. I'm actually touching his heart while he's in bed, and his sort of emotional, mental is really... He can't even think, he doesn't really have the capacity to have positive thoughts at all. And so his sort of reflection is he just feels like he wants to die. That's the only way I can describe it. He can't think about anything at all but experiencing the feeling of, I just want to die already. It's the only way I can describe it. I'm going to heal him. I'm inspired to help him lay on his side. There's some splinter in his heart space. I'm inspired to remove. It is an energetic wound. I am asking for help and assistance in removing this properly. I'm exploring going into the wound itself in order to remove it. In this cavity is pretty, looks like rotted flesh in here. This is part of why you have a giant hole there, because it looks like a giant hole of rotted flesh here. I'm going to put this orb here of energy. So it's sort of a spiritual version of my crystal ball. So it just has a way. It's like a pet or something. It's got like a mind of its own. It's like a energy. It's a beacon of energy. It's infinite energy. And so its spiritual reflection is just an orb of infinite energy. And it does amazing healing things. So I am allowing this to set in this sort of rotted flesh space of this man's chest. And we're going to do something else here. It hasn't come to me just yet. It wants to come out on its own now. There's definitely a lot of energy in this space here. And this wound piece, so I'm simultaneously inside the wound, and it is sort of, the energy is it's really thick. You can see a vapor of the energy in this space, and then I'm also simultaneously out of this space in this room, and he's on his side, and then this thing is just coming out on its own. This giant splinter that goes through one side and then out the back side. There's a catacombs in this space. This is going to be really complicated for my human brain. I can't stand when they start showing me too many things. I have to remember everything. Alright, Alright, you keep notes for me and then let me know so I don't forget anything. Okay. All right, so as the splinter is coming out, I have to do additional work here to pull it out all the way. It won't just come all the way out because there's something more going on here. So I'm inside the wound itself, and there's a vapor of energy from my orb of healing that is there, that is helping here. While I'm simultaneously in this sort of wound space, it is revealing to me a very dark catacombed space. So I'm walking here and I can hear ocean. It's quite odd because I feel like I'm in a cave, but I also feel like I'm right outside on a like kind of a beach with a rockier space, and then I'm hearing ocean tides as well. And I'm seeing stars and I'm seeing the night sky, and this it's odd because like alcohol vapor, but then there's sort of healing vapor, and now there's sort of this wind carries a vapor of like ocean energy on it. So there's some interesting sort of vapor reflections here. Um, I'm just checking to see if Frida and Kahlo and then I'm not and Diego. Okay, I'm just checking to see if they want to come on the scene yet, or because they're part of this too somehow. There's a real reason for this. It hasn't quite connected into the scene yet. There's some sort of real delight about sharing a wisdom related to love and relationships and acceptance too. Um, just self-satisfaction and just experiencing joy. There's so much energy that is developing here on this beach scene. And I'm telling you, it's really positive and it's really exciting. It's not feeling like dirty or sort of, that sort of come out of this stream of lifetimes where you just, this man and all these images. And then this energy, though, out here on the beach is just brewing, and it's amazing. And there's this energy of the Frida and Diego energy of love is just sort of tap dancing, but it's not. It's like feet moving really fast in an excited, like energetic, like super style way. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost silly. It's almost a little too silly dancing, dancing too fast. But somehow this fast dancing is creating more faster energy, right? And so there's like so much energy just building. It's just getting so exciting in here. It's getting so exciting. This sort of love and bond energy, the energy that happens when there's a perfect loving bond between two souls, and they are in sort of the oneness with each other. They're not just one, they're two, and then two infinite energies in oneness. Now you have you got two infinite energies in oneness. Now you're like two infinite energies. It's like wowzer, it's really cool. But it's so special when you have that bond, and this love energy is just really brewing. It's not as if they're here to like channel through. They're here to channel messages about the power of love and how love can heal all things. And they're sort of somehow this energy is just brewing on this beach. I can kind of see them as a mirage and this dancing feet of just joy and happiness that happens when you have that loving connection that is so balanced and real. It's so much energy. It won't go away. I'm like waiting for it to do something, and it hasn't yet. It's like, okay, the little fuse has been lit, and I'm waiting for the fireworks, and it hasn't just quite happened just yet. So I'm just going to come onto the beach as my higher self, Mother Snake. I just want to see what happens when I do this. I want to see what my higher self knows to do. Sometimes I get too human about it, just speaking and sharing. I have to step back and be an infinite soul about it too. This water is washing the wound. This dancing is developing energy of excitement through rhythm and bondedness between two infinite souls. Love is brewing through nature and natural loving and bond. Is sort of physical instincts of oneness. A sort of sexual energy that is pure too, because the connection is so pure. And these three images need this bad. These three images were trying to fill that space with liquids that was creating more harm. No longer is the liquid for healing, the liquid is for harming. So we must create a liquid that is then for healing. So we are combining what is ocean waves with sort of this explosive love between two people. So infinite love is just developing into an orb of its own kind, as sort of a combination between Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera, and the ocean, is creating an orb of energy. It's like a big round orb of, I don't know how you describe it. This sort of blue energy that is going like this in a circle. And it's developing and bigger, and it's simultaneously, it's just over top these, like, this mirage of them, and then this feet dancing energy and this like explosive love, and it's sort of blending with somehow water that is coming off of the ocean, and this air, this vapor energy of like ocean vapor, and it's developing and combining into a living orb of energy. This living orb of energy is for you, Kristen. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. This is just too huge. I don't even know what to do with it just yet. Should I just place it in this heart portal sphere that we're healing? I feel like there's some much larger purpose for this sphere of energy. I mean, this is huge. Like, orbs of energy of this kind don't just show up, you know. This is a really special big deal. I want to make sure I'm using it in all the right ways. I'm waiting here for higher wisdom to come to me. It's just, the energy is just so strong right now. It's almost just, it's altering the way I feel right now. It just makes me feel tired, you know? And I'm not tired. I just, part of this energy changing, sort of like a change in the wind. I just went through like a psycho exciting thing right there, and then it just is slowing down, and now that it's slowing down, I feel just a little sleepier. This orb will know what to do. It's still developing itself from all this energy. It's sort of like energy creates gravity somehow, and it's sort of sucking in all the gravity of all these reflections, even from the stars and everything, even from this planet space with the beach and the water, and all the wind energy, and all this ocean vapor energy, and all this love energy from Frida and Diego, and all this dancing energy, and all this energy is just sucking it in now like a vacuum, and it's building and growing. This orb is. These things take time. I can't just force it to just be done brewing. I just have to wait. It's like, I want my coffee now, but I can't just have it yet. I have to wait for the coffee pot to finish brewing it. You know what I mean? Like, things in the spiritual do take us an expression of time. So I'm just waiting here. Something is feeling like it's odd, because it's no longer moving really fast energy around. It's turning into like a bubble or something. So you don't see the energy moving. It's sort of in a more solid way, and it's turning into like a really awesome blue glass sphere or something is kind of what it looks like. You can see through it, but there's this awesome blue sort of energy around it. And it's not glowing. It's sort of really condensed matter. It's really, this is a real thing. There's something about this. I keep trying to go back to this hospital bedroom just to test, is this orb sphere ready or not yet? Is this one ready now that it's transformed into what is, it could fit in the palm of my hand? Before it was the easily as tall as I am. So I mean, it's, let's just say it was 6 feet tall, and then it was, in 6 feet in sort of what diameter. So across or whatever, horizontally, vertically. But now it's so small, it's like just a tiny little, like, super compact solid energy that is blue. And I'm just holding it in my hand, and I'm checking to see if what to do with this. Can I put it in this hole? I'm testing to see if I can do that. I'm inside this space where that thing was, and okay, this is interesting. It actually wants to crack open, and inside of it is a liquid medicine that this has sort of manifested, some sort of medicine for the heart. And this is also, it's sort of funny because it's like a pill or something, because it also is like, it, like, this liquid comes out, but this thing is also sort of getting soggy. It's sort of, this outer shell is getting soggier, and then it too is turning into a liquid. And it's sort of coating, it's infinite liquid just coating this heart portal sphere that instantly just ejected that thing. That thorn just instantly shot out. Even he feels a lot better. I can even see his strength regain, like instantly coming back into his body. I mean, he's not pale anymore. The blisters on his lips are healing. He looks like he's full of color. He's growing his hair back even. He looks like he's getting younger and younger and younger. He even looks like he can just go dance and be happy and merry right now. He's remembering what dancing feels like, and what falling in love feels like, and what romance on the beach feels like, and what just the sounds of the ocean feel like. He's just instantly feeling so much joy from this. It's so beautiful. This whole space is just on its own, just wanting to solidify and heal. I mean, I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling amazing right now. I don't feel like I need to be in this heart space anymore. It's just going to heal on its own now. This man looks great. He's even able to sit up in bed and choose to get out of bed and walk away. This is a big deal when you see changes in the reflection. So this is my understanding. This is how my human brain understands the problem. It creates these scenes, but they keep emphasizing this is a reflection of 3 past lifetimes of a sort of a broken record behavior, and it always stemmed back to this broken heart. So this man is absolutely looking awesome right now. I mean, he looks even handsome. He doesn't look scrawny anymore. He looks like he's filling with natural muscle. He looks healthy, you know? He has color to his complexion. He's not pasty white like a sheet, you know? He doesn't look like he's about to die. He looks like a young man in his prime, you know? Doesn't have grays or anything. It's just, he's like a solid, healthy man. Young man, like 21 or something. He just looks like he's just so happy. He's ready to go. He's walking, he wants to leave the hospital. He's even I don't even know. It's like all changing so fast. He's sort of like on the roof now, and he's just jumping up into the sun. I mean, like, wait a second. Hold on now. That's just too fast. How'd you get on the roof? He's like not even going to wait on me. He's just going to the next thing. This was a soul fragment. Apparently, this soul, part of your soul, has been trapped at this experience in this hospital bed for however many years this has been. His soul, your soul connection, Kristen. He is. I mean, he is this. I feel like mean, I can't. I feel amazing right now. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I have more more connection to my own heart. I don't feel a hole there. I feel great. I'm just allowing him. He's ready to do the next thing. He's free. He's experiencing freedom from that experience, that memory, that place, that time, that final moments are healed from your soul atmosphere. So I'm gonna go over here to this boat scene, right? You got that down on your notepad, because I gotta follow this trail of breadcrumbs back to the beginning here. We'll get back there. I'm just gonna put this on pause for a minute, and then I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to go to the bathroom with all that water. It's like these water scenes. Eventually, it's like it triggers you to have to go. I was gonna have an accident. Okay, so let me go. I'm gonna go over to this boat scene now. I'm ready. So this guy who I'm just checking again to see how he's looking. He looks, he just on his to his own thing. I mean, he just feels like part of the sun is the only way I could describe it. The sun is even getting brighter and brighter, like a really yellow and orange ball that was just a sun in the sky, and now it is somehow the whole sky is this really bright sunlight, and somehow is a reflection of how amazing he feels right now to be released or freed from that painful experience. So there I don't even have to do anything more here. He's doing it all himself. He just is feels so much freedom right now. So I'm going into this boat scene with this man here who kind of looked like this man as well, because he was just sort of really skinny. It's almost like they weren't eating because they were just drinking was their food as well. It was like the alcohol was their nourishment. They don't really have much muscle definition because they're sort of so skinny, They just, and the skin is really pale looking. They just really look sickly. Each one of these sort of identical looking men just look really sickly. But they just keep drinking. So this one is the base, sort of the hull of a pirate ship, or so wooden boat is what this is, and there's sort of some wooden boxes or some boxes of things with things in them down here. There's glows. It's almost like the only way you could possibly see down here is with candle, and so you can't really see very well. But there's glow. There's lit candles, so you can kind of see. But there's definitely this experience of him being down here, and it's not good. So I'm just coming down here. Somehow, this is really interesting, but somehow this bright sunlight that is part of this other scene with this guy who's been healed is somehow filling this hole with bright sunlight too. Like everything is just sort of turning really bright in here, and I can see just a bunch of yellow light in here, and this man, he's not really moving at all. I don't know. He was throwing up before. He just sort of passed out, I guess. It's so weird. I can't keep up with this. He's even changing in his appearance, but he doesn't look so much as like that guy. He's looking like somebody, like a. It hasn't quite manifested yet. It wants to be a bald child, like an Egyptian slave or something. These scenes keep changing. They won't just say solid. They're asking me if I know why I would be seeing that now. Saying obviously, Kristen, this part of this is a ripple of healing through past life reflections. This sort of a stowaway or something. I'm trying to make sense of why this child is in here. something about this is definitely healing this space. I feel it inside my own body. I know it's healing it because when my heart starts feeling warm and glowy and stuff, it tells me that there's effective work being accomplished here just by being here and analyzing what I'm seeing and stuff like that. Sometimes the energy, sometimes you need wisdom, and wisdom then is the healing energy, but sometimes you just need the healing energy too. You get these Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera orbs with the ocean, and now you have a little ball of medicine. And sometimes you need that, right? So, let's see. It's really odd, but it's shifting again. So I don't feel like I'm in sort of a pirate. I mean, I feel like there's definitely the scene with a pirate ship, and this guy looks like he either died or he passed out. I don't know which. He's sort of just sprawled on the floor of this space, while simultaneously there's like a boy, like an Egyptian boy. I don't know why they would have had to shave their heads, though. Maybe that was just to confirm they were a slave or something. I don't understand it, but he's sort of like hiding on a ship, and this ship he's on looks different. It has a darker wood to it. This other ship has a lighter colored wood. But he is too also hiding in this basement area. They're talking about Kristen. Are you trying to hide from somebody? Like, it's something about this hidden, trying to hide, not showing or revealing yourself for who and what you are. Something about this need to hide everything on the inside in the depths of this ship. There's some wisdom here, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. Sort of like you could visualize the hull of a ship as like the heart of the ship or something like that, and then you're hiding inside the heart of the ship, but you're hiding for your own safety, right? You're hiding for your own goals, you're hiding for some better dreams, but somehow this energy or thought, thinking, or whatever the goal is somehow a reflection of your heart also feeling captive or held hostage or hiding. I don't know the right human language words to define this. I'm sure you get what I'm trying to say. There's some wisdom related to this. So Spirit's telling me I'm doing a good job of trying to identify the meaning. I can't decide. Now the ship, I'm telling you, these images are shifting and they're really similar. This other ship now is quite elegant. You really do like water for a reason. Yeah, some sort of like. Okay, so let's see here. This other ship is quite pretty, and it even has a darker wood to it. There's a reason why you like ocean, Kristen, because you clearly have lived on the ocean many a times, fished, been by the sea, all of that. Have all these memories that stem from ocean experiences. But these ones they're sharing with me up until this elegant boat. I want to hang out in the elegant boat. But all these other ones have been a little bit concerning, right? They're just... there's a fearful element, there's a miserable element to them, there's a suffering involved with these other ships. This one, these other sort of reflections in your soul. This one here, the nice ship, I'm going into it and we'll see what's here. There's even a woman in a very elegant dress, and her hair is really pretty. I mean, I don't know how they took the time to do those perfect curls and then put it up in a perfect way, but she looks gorgeous with her hair perfect as well. There's a man standing next to her, and he's in a suit. Looks like a gentleman, right? And she's wearing sort of a light pink dress, and there's some I don't know how I describe the fabric. there's some shimmer to it, but there's also, but it's not shine. I don't know. It's just really pretty, and there's some really. I just think of like French designs or something. There's something like perfect little flowered. I don't know. They made them out of the fabric itself, and there's some mesh sort of material here too. It's just so pretty, you know. It's really feminine. It's really pretty. And they're talking to somebody here in this part of it's sort of it's not in the hole. It's actually sort of upper, and it's like the captain's office or something. Is sort of the feel of it. And he's at a desk or something like that. There's something about this scene here. I don't know why they're on this fancy I don't understand where this fancy ship comes from. Why would you even be on it? What this definitely fancy in this room. And these fancy people are on this ship. They're not helping me to see what the other parts of the ship look like. It's just this room here. Writing with a really fancy pen even, but it's not like a feather. It's just somehow like a real pen or something, but it doesn't look like our pens today. It has a different structure, almost like a feather at the tip. I can't describe it. I don't know how to describe the way it looks, but it is fancy and an old pen. He's writing on something with this fancy pen. This captain is. These two are just standing there looking at him as he is speaking and writing. So there's just something surreal about it all. Because I don't know what it is about you, Kristen, but these scenes keep wanting to change and identify them as new things constantly. Like, literally, I only get so much time before a new wave of reflection comes. It's sort of, they keep changing on me. It's almost like that is all we get to see for this, and all I can think about is green grass and playing golf. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about green grass and then orbs, and it just makes me think of golfing or something. I don't know what it is. There's just something feels great about this green grass. I just want to be barefoot on it and just, I don't know, I feel like rejoicing on it. I don't know what it is. It's like maybe they just want to get to land already. Maybe they're just sick of this boat. They just want to get to land so they can just have grass or something. I don't know. But the feeling of this grass is just so exciting right now. I could kiss it. I could just I just want this grass all over my face even. It's weird. I can't describe it. It's like that. It's like silly like that. I could just touch it and I could just roll around in it, you know, I'd just be so happy. I don't know, it's something really happy about it. There's a connection between this land experience and this boat, and this man even. Because he's so serious, and whatever his job is serious, and there's no communication from the heart here. There's just serious business talk, you know what I mean? Like, there's no kissing and rolling around on the grass in this conversation in the elegant ship. We need some real depth here. Let's just talk like real human beings and then cut out the sort of façade. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, how many of us do this even today? Like, you can't just go run around and just be a dog in the grass and just, I don't know. You know what I mean? You can't get away with that. People just think you're weird, and so you can't do it. So that's the whole reason why we need to be doing it. The weirder we are, the more natural we're actually behaving. It's so strange. Something about being proper, though, about all this. in the physical, like playing your role, wearing the dress, having your hair done just right. Everything about it is extremely a physical interaction. There's nothing about the joy of being able to express yourself naturally in this scene. I can't experience the joy of being myself in this scene. It's sort of like I'm a kid and I'm at church and I've been sitting here for 2 hours and please, already, I'm done. There's something about this scene with the elegant ship that is driving me mad right now. Just the seriousness of it all. Again, it has this sort of odd reflection about sharing from the heart, you know? Um, this is definitely doing healing work here. I'm inspired to go back to this fervor. What is this word? I swear there's a word that's like fervor, this crazy writing, this insane crazy writing. You're gonna just spark flames if you keep writing this fast. This is, I'm going back to this desperate need to share so much, pour so much out of the heart onto paper, and not stop. Just keep sharing and not stop. That feels so real to me. All these other scenes are just, anymore, I'm just tired of them because they're just so holding on to emotions and feelings and this giving up sensation, and I can't be myself, and this hiding from people, and just wanting to die even. It's like I want to feel the joy, you know? And when I experience this paper that's going so fast, that it was the most joyful thing. It was the most natural, inspiring, passionate thing going on here. So I'm going back to this book here, and they're talking about this book is the book of your soul or the book of your life. Writing everything down, really wanting to let this chapter go into the past, right? Wanting to close the book and then wanting to move on now. Soul completing a soul cycle of lifetimes or experiences, exploring this. This inability to, this heart syndrome thing going on here. There's just something so much better when I feel the end of the writing and I can close the book. It's on the leather bound book. It has a little piece that's sort of like I don't know, a string, but it's made out of a leather string that sort of can go around a piece and then closes it. It's a really cute, unique style journal type thing. And when it's closed, I just feel so much better, you know? I'm just going to do something in these scenes to alter the reflections so we can heal this, and then I'll feel better about closing this book. I'm not here to just, I don't like unfinished business, so to speak. Even if it's, you know, it's okay to close the book, I'm just gonna just make sure I go into these spaces and fill them with love. I'm not just gonna leave these spaces there. I just need them to have love in them, and then I'll feel better about closing the book. So I'm just gonna go through these. So the man who's sleeping down here, they're saying this guy died on this boat. His body just gave up, basically. There's only so long you can go before the body just can't do it anymore. Especially when you're not eating and you're just drinking. And I'm bringing him back to life before the moment of his passing. I'm giving him a moment of clarity, and I'm filling his body with love. They're saying that he had it's really weird, but it's as if he did experience this before he died. Almost like this future moment for him actually did take place in his experience. Like me doing this was actually experienced by him, even though it hadn't actually come to pass yet, so to speak. see the things about time that, we're just like, well, the future hasn't happened yet, but sometimes the future has actually happened already and is playing a part in the past even. It's so weird. But we can alter the vibrations and change, we can do things. They're saying this is a gift to this man who's a reflection of your soul and your heart and soul. There's something too about this. There's something really about this. It hasn't come to me just yet. I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm just going to throw this out there, and then we'll see if Spirit corrects me or whatever. But there's somehow like a linking bond. It's almost as if you're this guy, but your soul is so akin to this soul of this guy that's in this hole here. It's almost like you're the lost love that inspired him to do all this drinking. Something like that is a feeling I get inside too. But it's sort of like you have played a part in another soul's life that has broken another soul's heart to such a degree that the only choice then was to basically become self-destructive until death consumed the body and the soul was released from the lifetime. Almost like you were a lost love in one of these images. That is the new thing, that is the wisdom that I'm just like, that was not the way this whole thing has felt this whole time. So now why all of a sudden... But they're talking now, Spirit is talking now about how we sort of see past lives, right? And then you are in conjunction with the lifetimes themselves, but we also have to see how we are in conjunction with other souls experiencing lifetimes too. There is an insane deep connection between your soul and another soul who this has happened to, but there also, it's almost like I can't override the interlapping lace that is, you were this guy, you have endured all this, while simultaneously some other soul that is like almost like a twin soul of your own has simultaneously in a parallel universe experienced the exact same thing. It's something wild and unfathomable of this kind. I can't understand it. This is the best way that I can help you understand it. So they're asking me now if I think this man is Kristen's soul. And I'm saying, well, I think two things now. The experience now after that was shared with me. The experience is yes and no. The experience is yes, this whole cycle has been a reflection of Kristen up to today, while simultaneously this whole reflection is a soul that her soul is like a twin soul of and had an almost identical experience of separation from your soul. It is weird. Two souls who love each other so much that they start having echoed experiences apart from each other. It's almost like you two work in unison, and when you are apart from each other, you start somehow talking to each other's souls and feeling each other's pains, and then you actually start mimicking each other's behaviors in two different lifetimes, two different life experiences. It's weird. It's like when your soul walks into a soul cycle of experiences, this other soul, who you guys are like twin souls, walks into the karmic cycle, you guys start communicating with each other and somehow blending your experiences together, and you feel like lost without each other. It's something wild like that. And Spirit is saying that is the power of love. When two souls, even two souls who are like twin souls that haven't even met in this lifetime, they can still feel each other, communicate with each other, and they can even start mimicking each other's behaviors. We feel like individuals, but we are more a part of the oneness than any of us know. They're saying that my spirit guides are telling me I'm doing a good job of describing it, that this is the best of my abilities to be able to share this, that you, Drew, have. This is a reflection of Frida and Diego, two souls so in love, so perfect for each other, that when they are not in the oneness together in the physical, they can feel each other still, even if they haven't met them in the lifetime. That is how powerful their loving bond is. It defies everything, body, lifetime, time itself, space, place. I mean, how do I describe it? Space, time, physical. I don't. Everything. The body doesn't matter. The time doesn't matter. The space doesn't matter. All that matters is love. And that's what this message is. It's pretty powerful. Now that I've said all of this, it's sort of like all these images now that no, you know, you don't have to take notes anymore, because it's somehow this message had created the right vibration that is transforming all of these images into energy. And the energy is just turning into like a tornado swirl and is sucking up all these reflections of lifetimes. And then it just is so much. It's like twirling across the universe, even just sucking up all of these things. Seem to all happen on Earth, but there's sort of a sensation that the vastness, a spiritual universe, but also a reflection of the universe. This whole thing is just going beyond my brains right now. I can't keep up with it. This is massive. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to summarize this as this is massive. You're going to be so okay. So the super tornado now is instantly going, is like, was a massive tornado, even as big as the universe. And then it is super condensing like into a orb of energy, and it's going pow, and then this light just blinds across. It's almost like it created its own sun. Then now it's sort of odd because it's sort of like I can hear love of another soul in your soul, love trying to find you even, but soul, I cannot define it. This man on the rooftop is looking for you. This man in the hole is looking for you that died there. This man who's been drinking at his table and you're not there is going to die without you. While simultaneously you are doing the exact same thing. You aren't going to live without him either. So it's some sort of odd bond that your souls have together. It's insane. I seem to have sucked up all of this into one orb of oneness between your two souls. So your two souls now can have the bondedness. I don't understand it. You could easily communicate or find the soul anytime you just look into your heart, and there is the soul. And this soul, all they have to do is look into their heart and soul, and there you are. You are perfect reflections of each other. It's insane and beautiful, and no wonder you have this such a sincere love, admiration, respect, just connectedness with Frida and Diego, because that is the same thing. I don't know what bigger gift I could give anybody than this. So I'm actually going to end this closed journal because everything is now complete. It's in the past. And in putting this sort of handing, it's sort of like a golden coin, but it's an orb, and it's glowing, and it's almost solid. It's like a burning hot sun of love. But it also has this expansive light as well. Somehow a connection here. I need to give this to you somehow. To properly allow it to be experienced by you. They're saying to put it into your the hole in your chest. So I have suspended what is a very small sun. It is very hard. Unbreakable. You could smash that thing with a hammer. You could have Thor smash that thing with his Thor hammer and it won't break. Nobody's breaking that thing. It can't explode. It can't be broken. It can't. Love that is unbreakable. And so we're putting this in your heart, right? It's doing something here. This is sort of like a hole in your chest, though. through the center, chest cavity. So it's just suspended there. It's trying to accomplish its goal, but it is not just yet. There's something else I'm supposed to do here. Something definitely is improving because I'm feeling the energy improvements in my own body. I'm just feel like I could nap. It feels just so amazing. I just want to lay down. It's doing it. It's doing the yawn thing. It's making me do it. I didn't mean it. Okay, so there's something here. It's trying to manifest body to seal this hole. As it's doing it, there's a darker reflection here. As it's trying to solidify the hole, there's a darker reflection here. And what is like a very long curved sword, even. Not like Alibaba type of, like, I don't style like really curved, but it's sort of, it does have a curved to at the end of it. It's not straight. There's some curvature to it. And it was pushed through that. As it's manifesting, I'm seeing what is a sword pushed through that space. Everything is black there. You're falling to your knees. There's a foresty area around us. There's some sort of very disturbing laughter here. Male laughter, female just got this sword pushed through her. Female just trying to gasp for air, or the body freaks out. That's the only way I can describe it. The body freaks out, and it's sort of a freak out experience, mental experience, because you know you're going to die and you don't know how to process it all. You don't want to die. Everything just, why is this happening to me? And you're sort of, it's too many thoughts, and it's terrible. It's a very terrible brief moment before your soul is able to pass out of the body. And these men are just staying there laughing. There's nothing here that's all in the past. They're showing me this quick echo, and then now we're in the present day, and it's just a forest, and people would walk through here and not even know this had ever happened. Body is dissolved. Body doesn't have any traces. This was some long time ago. They're not helping me to understand, but this had to be a part of the wisdom to heal you as well. This is helping. This is actually helping. So I'm just waiting here for the next thing. I'm inspired to just inspect this forest for some reason. I'm looking at the plants here. There's the forest is alive here. There's a really creepy breeze now. There's really some more darker reflections that are just, something doesn't feel right at all. There's something that definitely doesn't feel right at all here. A man, and he has in the forest now with me. He has sort of glowing red eyes. He just looks like a very old man. He kind of looks like the Emperor in the Star Wars, you know? He's kind of got a weird like face like that. And his eyes are glowing red. And then he has a cloak on. He has his staff with an orb piece on it. He's quite short. My spirit guides say, "Are you afraid of him?" And I say, "Well, no. He's just coming here. He's going to show us some things." I don't get the impression he's my friend by any means, but I'm here to learn, right? I'm here to understand. I'm here to release and heal your soul, Kristen. So we'll just see what this is about, okay? Something about the church, something about that. There's something about the cross. I see the cross is just in a wood, just like the size you could hold in your hand, and it's in a wooden cross. And then he's just quite an evil like priest or something. He's very demonic. I mean, he's just really creepy. He loves killing people. He loves that sort of energy, digesting people's terror in death. He finds that to be exhilarating. Um, Loves sort of that. And he's the church, so you can see him as a pious man while simultaneously he's quite evil. Saying, so are you afraid of him now? And I'm saying, no. There's a lot of demons out there, but there's a lot of light out there too. And some of these demons actually it's just a learning, some of these demons actually just need touched. So they can remember what the reflection of love sounds like, unconditional love. These are souls. These are basically demons. Are basically souls that experience they experience change through choice. They choose to go in a different direction, a reflection that is the opposing of sort of balance, harmony, peace, love, joy. They go to chaos, destruction, all of that. This soul just chooses to explore a new pathway of the infinite reflection. So this demon, they can be absolute nightmare, terror. You don't want to run into one. They'll make you pay, you know what I mean? In the physical. But in the spiritual, I can approach him, and then I can talk to his soul and see what, if he's ready to transform in the light or what he wants to do. So let me focus on this, because I don't like the time that it's taking me to examine this. Just to talk about it takes time. I'm showing him who and what I am, and that I don't mess around. There's something about this. I'm actually approaching him. This is quite a big deal. I can't believe this is in your spiritual atmosphere, Kristen. He's just quite a guy, isn't he? I need to focus here. He's not making my heart feel good at all. He's not good. He's definitely not good. I'm creating a triangle of energy around him. He gets to experience this gift of my love to him. So he's now in a triangle of energy. They're saying, do I think this will work with him? I'm saying, I don't know. I'm just going to try this. See what happens. There seems to be quite a lot more of him. Like a war or something. A bunch of them. Like an army of them. In this forest here. And I'm just in the forest here. And I seem to have an orb, a purple orb around me. And it's really condensed and solid. This is reminding me of these orb creations, this super awesome loving orb. I'm going to do something. This is what I need to be doing here. I'm actually handing him the unbreakable love of your reflection and the reflection of this other soul, so he can experience unbreakable love in order to alter his vibration. They're asking me if I know how to give this gift to him. This is the only way to properly heal this heart of yours. And this is not me just giving away your gift at all, Kristen. This is me allowing him to experience this. Every human being. This is like this should be like an attraction. We all want to experience this. All souls crave this, hunger for this, desire to experience this, want to be transformed by this. So this experience that you have, Kristen, is a gift to us all. We're already connected. We're already a part of the oneness. So, all I can do is put this before him and ask him. It's actually going into his sort of crystal ball on a pole thing. It's actually gravitating into his crystal ball. And somehow that is creating a ripple of energy through this staff made out of metal, some sort of elegant metal contraption, and going into his hand. Through his arm now and through his body is just transferring through all of his body. He seems to be filled with quite, oh man, he's full of an old demon. Manipulation. He's manipulated by an older demon. It's pretty normal. He's releasing out all kinds of, I don't know what it is, but a lot of just old. I can't. I'm not. I'm just, the energy is just too much right now. I just need to focus on this here. He's releasing out. He's like turning into eggs or something. His whole body's bubbling and turning into eggs. He's wanting to transform. It's too much energy right now. This whole thing is a part of your body. I'm waiting here. This had to go. This big time had to go. There's somehow nature images that are embracing me. A frog on a tree limb. And green energy. I'm inspired then to fill him with emerald mist green energy. Just give me, I'm like trying here. I really am. It's just really a lot of energy right now. He needs to know what love feels like. He hasn't embraced it yet. He's trying to be transformed by it. There's a lot older demon related to this gift and pathway of his own soul. And so he's trying to disconnect from this demon. It is not happening very easily. I'm asking to be shown where this demon is housed. Therefore, I can go to him. I don't know if I'm like so overwhelmed by the energy right now. It's just hard. It's a good thing it's not hurting me or anything. It's just hard to keep it's like energy is just pulling me downward. It's just energy is one way to describe it. Okay. I seem to desire to unroot something much deeper in this forest space, and it is sort of unrooting itself. And whatever this is pretty massive. I mean, it is enormous. It's just, they come just out of the ground sometimes, like rabbits. Somehow this energy beacon that was created, that I put in here, is channeling through every dark connection that is attached to this guy, this evil priest. It is effectively channeling into the deepest and darkest demon entity. This gift of your soul, Kristen, from your love and the suffering of your journey, is now allowing them to understand what love feels like and then to be transformed by it. See how our perceptions of the truth change when we understand through the eyes of spirit. We understand the connection of all things, even the dark and the light, and we start to alter our perceptions to somehow you develop new versions of acceptance. This is your soul's gift to transformation of a much darker force that has transformed you through these painful experiences. But it is there's so much love involved here too. I'm actually asking Frida and Diego if they want to come and share their love as well. And so I'm just calling souls, lots of souls who are in love with each other, to come into this forest. And let's just become part of this forest. There's quite an army of darker entities here. This massive guy came out of the ground and he's just shrinking down. He can't tolerate the energy. So there's a lot of soul couples that are like giggling and laughing just joyfully and naturally. Just heaven opening this sort of clouds. There's just souls just coming down, surrounding this whole scene, and just sharing their love in this scene. They're saying souls do hear you when you call for them. Hundreds and thousands of souls can hear you. When you are of the right vibration, asking through the right vein of wisdom, asking for souls to help these demons understand what love feels like again, to be transformed by it. And they're sharing this sort of massive energy ring here, and it is flowing through this demon through other demons. This is part of a massive thorn in your heart as well, this thorn piece. It's of a much bigger reflection than just what came out of that guy in the hospital room. It's a much bigger thorn. This work is helping the thorn to come out. Sort of an odd, invisible thorn that you carry in your heart portal, Kristen. I don't think there's anything more important than sort of like, who would have thought, this is not what I think about when I think of, when I talk to you. This is the last thing on my mind. But this is important that we do this work for you. The way you're going to feel after this is done, Kristen, you're just going to be like, wow, who am I? I actually feel free. I feel like I'm a daisy in the sunlight, just bathing in the warmth, and just feeling joyful of life in a way I could not experience before. With all this in there, you're not going to be able to experience that. That'll be a hard thing to accomplish. So, because there's not the right balance or flow or connectedness to all, right? Because you have all these jammed up parts in your spiritual atmosphere that need healed. We all do. This really is the time for human beings to start healing in this way. And it's in this spiritual way, in this infinite way. And then to start being transformed by it. And then we now are new flowers on the earth, right? We're human beings that are reflections of not damaged flowers ingesting the poisons of life. We're flowers that are healing with nature and energy and feeling healed from our past lives and healed from all these other traumas and reflections, and then understanding our infinite souls. So, and then healing demons even that have just sort of developed over the incarnation cycles on this earth. It's just been a real chaos here on this planet for all souls. So everybody gets healed. Even the demons get healed. And the human beings, the souls that are just not demons, that have just been through so much, they get healed too. So we heal all of us. Sort of like, you put people into a prison when they do something wrong, but how is that actually healing them? You actually have to see what's going on there, you know what I mean? We need to be healing each other, seeing what's actually there, a spiritual reflection. But so many people don't quite relate to spiritual healing. They don't understand how that works, because we're all sort of like the gentleman and the woman in the beautiful dress with the gorgeous hair and the man riding. We aren't really sharing ourselves from the depths of our heart, because society has trained us to be this sort of perfect reflections of what is appropriate or a good person, or not just rolling around the grass and just like, I'm gonna rub this grass all over my face and just cry with joy and laugh. It's like, we don't do that. You can't get away with that. You're gonna be a weirdo. We got to take those weirdos to sort of get the two men in the white coats to come take you away. We can't have that, which is why we need to have that freedom of expression, natural joy, even if it's weird, because it's contagious and makes us all laugh too. This whole thing is it's almost like it's manifesting these demons into one giant orb again. It's really weird. These orbs are have been created through this journey healing, or like anything I've ever seen. Never seen orbs like this before. Because they condense, they just sort of fill with this energy, but they turn into like a bubble, a hard bubble. But the coloring is really glossy and pretty, like really pretty glass, perfect circle, perfect orb piece. There's this odd thing that just happened. So we have this big black orb that is sort of a reflection of these army. I mean, there's this evil priest guy, right? And then you have these sort of orc looking guys, but not all of them. They just look like demented human beings. Also behind him, let's just say 30 or 40 or something like that. And here I am, little old me in the middle of a forest, right? And so there's this energy interaction, and so basically all these souls then came down, and all this energy has been shared. This pure loving energy, this sort of light went into there. This big massive guy came out of the ground, you know. But everything is just sort of disappearing, and even this black orb is just not there at all. And then and now this is sort of turning into a purple or a pink, a really beautiful light pink mist over everything. I mean, what happened? I don't know what happened between all of this. I'm not able to see the anything to make sense of how this just all turned into a pink mist. All of this sort of like a domino effect. All of these souls, all of these men, all sort of disappeared like a domino effect or a wave of energy that just disappeared, and this sort of black orb it completely disappeared. And then it is sort of turning pink here. This is healing this space as sort of a pink orb suspended. But this black orb belongs to somebody, and I'm trying to go find out who this is. I'm going into his space because it's pretty dark here. I just don't understand this guy. He's just a white guy. He's kind of bloated out with weight and completely bald. And then he also sort of has this sort of connection with the church sort of feel to him. Liked his crystal ball before now he sort of has this black orb thing. I'm just in his spiritual office, I guess. It's just dark everywhere. Everything looks like it's made out of hardened ash. There's some sort of dark energy coming out of the ground, out of these wooden planks. He's just really angry. That's the only way I can describe his energy, is just furious. Is the only way I can describe it. It's just an emotion, you know. So there's quite a lot more beneath this floorboard here. Even a dark squid, like sort of an energy tar squid or something, trying to pull me down. So I'm just gonna go down and see what's down here. These things want to feel love. They want to feel heaven, and I'm channeling heaven through my expression. I'm in a black sort of tar chamber of liquid. This is a part of your heart sphere. This is a part of all this. I can't believe this is all in here, Kristen. How are you just such a like a happy person? Like, you're not even gonna know happy. After this, you're like, whoa. I thought it was happy. Now I'm just freaking out. I didn't know that this is what real happy feels like. Like, you're gonna be freaking out happy. This had to get dealt with. I can't believe it's down here. I'm just not even gonna waste any time. I'm just channeling heaven energy into here. There's some really deep layers in this whole thing. It's almost like a maze now. It's like creating the illusion of it being a maze, and then I'm never going to find my way to the bottom of this, which is why I'm going to find it. You got to find these roots, right? So now I'm just coming out of the maze, and I'm looking at the maze, and I'm going to the very bottom of it, and now I'm going to go back into it. So you have like a maze sheet, right? Well, if you're inside the maze, how are you going to find your way around it? So you actually project out of the maze, you look at the maze, and then you just go to the bottom of it, right? Okay, I am here now. So I just project into here, and then now I'm at the bottom of the maze. Ask me if what I see down here is quite interesting. At the bottom of this maze is not as dark as what is up there. That's weird. That's unheard of. I've never sort of a tropical plant here even growing. They're asking me if I'm in the wrong part of the maze. I'm like, absolutely not. I can't screw this thing up. If I choose to be at the bottom, at the root, I will be at the root. That's just it. You can create illusions all you want, but choice is what you use to get to where you are going. Choice. Intentions. So I'm down here. They're not helping. They're creating the illusion of the space, and they're not helping me to see at all. So I'm going to do this blind, I guess. This is so dark in here, I can't see anything. I just light a candle. Oh, man. I can't believe this is in you, Kristen. This is an odd chamber. There's a lot of scared people in here shaking. They're adults and they're naked in this chamber down here. Your soul has really gone through some quite dark experiences. This is the darkest I've seen of this spectrum. This is pretty. They're sort of being held hostage down here. There's so many rooms in this. Let me see here. What can we do? I got this awesome unbreakable love piece, right? I'm just suspending it in this room and allowing it to heal everyone in this room instantly. And then I'm allowing it to take me where we need to go. All these souls that are in here are sort of human beings that are just shaking. I mean, whatever this priest is, and this man in this room, and this whole thing, it goes deep. It's pretty big. There's a lot of corruption this man has caused a lot of souls, a lot of pain and suffering. I'm going to be healing a lot more soul fragments than just yours. It's sort of like these demons sort of collect the chaos of their deeds, and then they get to feed off of it and just turns them into more demonic. It's very hard for them to just undo. I mean, how do they get out of this? Once they get so deep in it, let's start being murderers for lifetimes, you know? And just sick and twisted, you know what I mean? These human beings are sort of, there's a lot of, it's almost like this room is just sort of teleported to heaven on its own accord. I didn't even know we were going upward until now. It's just so bright in here, and the light is just the walls and everything are going away, and now we are in heaven. All these souls are experiencing warmth. They've been sort of cold and naked and alone in this dungeon room for a while. It was probably 20 people in this space here. Men and women. And there's no children that I see here, just men and women. They're asking if I know what I just healed, and I'm saying, well, this somehow, Kristen is involved with this somehow. I don't understand why this is here. I don't know what the conjunction, I don't know what this is in, I don't know the relationship. I'm a human being, I don't understand this. They're reminding me I need to start saying that I know. So if I were to know what this is about, there's sort of different reflections of what this means to me. That means it's about the truth, right? What you see is the fake facade of somebody doing something extremely terrible. And then you have all these human beings who have sort of the facade as well, when inside they're truly full of love and overflowing with love to give, and yet they put on the facade to just be human beings who fit into society. And then you have these extreme terrorists, right, who put on this facade of being pious and holy and good and everything that is right in this world, when truly they are the corruption of the world. And so what facade do you want to wear? Now, do you see the value of wearing a facade and not wearing a facade? See the value of being the weirdo, rubbing the face in the grass over trying to behave properly or correctly? Because the ones who are showing us how good they are actually, some of those are quite terrible. And nobody knows because we're still sort of exploring how do we fit in? How are we acceptable? How are we good enough? You're good enough when you just choose to be who and what you are and not follow the rules, right? You start being who and what you are. They're saying that is the most healing wisdom I could share with this entire thing. The value of choosing to express from the heart who and what you are, and how society creates this sort of imprisons us all, and not being able to share openly and honestly from the heart. There's a lot of bad history on this earth, I'm telling you what. And our souls do remember, and our souls know. We may not know as human beings in this lifetime or whatever, but our souls do know. And we can access the wisdom when we learn how to engage with spirit, right? Now the history unfolds, not because we need a book, but it is already a part of our soul, our infinite soul. So this was a big deal. This had to go. There's something else here. Oh, these changing scenes. I'm looking down from a doorway opening, and we are looking into a room full of people, and there's some knights coming in with very sort of stiff, straight, big iron swords. Those things must be so heavy. But they're following orders, and they're even they already know how they are supposed to be in alignment when they enter into this space. There's a congregation of people in discussion from the town, is the only way to describe it. I don't know if this is doesn't feel like this is actually a church ceremony. It sounds like a lot of people from the town are talking, and there's war that they're talking about, but it's almost as though they congregate in the church setting, and then the priest is sort of there. This whole thing is quite dark. This whole thing was pretty dark. This whole truth is very dark. Because now you have a priest who's sort of the wise man, right? And now the priest is leading all of this demonic work. And even sort of the trusted voice for military as well. And he's the one who loves the woman screaming and just trying to suffer at the very last seconds of her life. He just relishes in that. Not all priests are this way, but some, yes. It's just like you can meet an average Joe on the street, and little do you know he's a psychopath serial killer, you know what I mean? But not all people you meet on the street are that way. Some, you might not ever meet anybody like that in your lifetime, you know what I mean? So you meet a lot of people who actually have a good heart. They just can't get the heart portal to shine out of the body so we can see it, because society itself sort of makes us keep everything inside instead of sharing. No, I'm just in the scene with the knights. He's just so dark. Can't believe it. Nobody sees what I see in this room. What these people see is in the physical is a space of trust, a space that they trust, a man they trust. They trust their soldiers. They trust this whole thing. But what I see is so much darkness, spiritually gravitating in all the darkest dreams of an infinite universe, actually feeding off of them and channeling higher wisdom of deception in order to create greater chaos. So now you have spiritual eyes that see this, you have human eyes that see a trustworthy space. They're asking me how this is healing Kristen's heart. It has something to do with sharing openly and honestly who and what you are and not being afraid to just be you. I mean, how do we accomplish that? You just start just letting go, you know? Just act a little bit more natural, I guess. I don't know. But sirens are going off. This a beautiful day, by the way. Some sort of can't believe this. My video. Okay. Something about timing, you know what I mean? Must be practicing just in case. It's that time of year. It's tornadoes this time of year. So gotta make sure the sirens are working. Okay. I just feel like this has just been so much wisdom sharing. I'm like, I need to heal all of this. I don't feel like it's been healed yet. In this forest space, there's still this pink orb. It's sort of a pink mist, but it has been collecting into a pink orb of energy. I'm coming into this space. It feels solid and sacred, like a sanctuary. I'm putting a symbol on the ground here. It is a circle, and a bigger circle, and then it's got 3 lines that connect the little circle from the big circle. I am sort of sitting in this space as I'm spiritually I'm in the spirit realm, and I'm meditating in the spirit realm with this pink orb above me. This is what I'm inspired to do. I seem to be inspired to put my hands into the earth here and channel energy downward. I am allowing old energy to come up and out of the earth. It's sort of a liquid, a black tar liquid. This pink energy is still suspended above my head. This is a really massive big deal. I mean, this is going to take effort here. I seem to be going invisible somehow. I can't believe how big of a deal this is. I can't believe this has happened. I'm turning into energy, just energy. I'm invisible to even my own eyes. I can't even see myself. I am going somewhere. I don't even know that I've moved yet. I'm just in the center of the little circle, meditating there. And I basically put a triangle. I erased those 3 lines, and then a triangle formed with me in the center, the circle, with 1 red and green and blue line. And then it created energy that turned me invisible. I'm walking into this church space as this invisible person. He's not doing anything just yet. Everything just feels like time has changed, and then everything is part of the past now. His words don't even count anymore. Nobody can even hear a word he's saying anymore because he's part of the past. He has no influence. They're saying he is extremely part of the past. They're wanting to show about time and history and how sort of corruption and deception is a thing of the past. This is some wisdom for us all about human awakening, mankind evolving beyond this sort of cycle of history, sort of to explore a cycle of chaos for human history, only to be reborn into a cycle of genuine sort of love and spirituality and balance and healed earth and all of that. This is all your soul sharing this important wisdom with us, Kristen. Not only sharing this awesome, like, beautiful gift of unbreakable love, healing this, transforming this demon entity. I'm still trying. I mean, they all just disappeared. This other one in the room, with the ash, sort of hardened ash room, this sort of maze, this whole thing, this is a much bigger job here. But in this church, as I'm an invisible person, I can't sort of, it's all part of a history, a past history that has no, um, that is part of the past. It's like the value of deception is part of the past, and to see it in that way. I'm still asking them about all these other spaces here. What about the maze? What about the guy? What about this forest area? What about this space still has sort of a reflection? What am I supposed to do here? How do I heal all of this? Sort of, I'm inspired to string all of these things up like tags, or sort of beads or something. Let me think here. I'm just going to create a bead out of this church space and putting it at one of these triangle ends. And I'm taking this sort of entity and his maze, and I'm putting him on this part of the triangle. And then I'm taking this forest space and everything that just disappeared there, because I need to make sure that is healed. I'm creating a bead out of it and I'm putting it at the top of the triangle. So we have a triangle connecting these three images. One line is green, one is blue, one is red. It doesn't matter which order. I'm asking for a higher entity of wisdom and awareness to enter this space in order to heal these three orbs of wisdom. There's a channel of energy coming out of the center of the triangle. Sort of old energy. Sort of manifesting into this demon being inside of this orb sphere. Now he is contained in the orb of healing. He must see his actions, and he must acknowledge what he has done. He's sort of trapped in his inability if he goes into the light, how is he going to tolerate the harm he's caused? How is he going to be able to tolerate that? You tolerate through knowing that we all still love you. That is how you tolerate it. I know this is really unbelievable, but when you're working with demons, you have to be unconditionally loving. You cannot be judgmental. Even if they've murdered millions of people, you have to accept their soul understanding their identity, and unfortunately, you call this a gift to the infinite, all souls, the experience of all souls and the understanding of the oneness, right? Of the all mind of everything. So he wants to. I'm reassuring him that he can transform, and we will still love him, and we will help him to accept his actions and heal, and know that he can move beyond this and do great works of love. This guy really needed this, Kristen, and you have crossed this man's path. This demon soul has harmed you. Has harmed many, in fact. For him to transform is going to release soul fragments like nobody's business, and this is even more healing for your soul too. This triangle creates a triangle grid of energy around him, so it's sort of like he's contained in the space. And there's so much energy right now going into him that it is time. He's in a state of metamorphosis. He's he himself is like dark tar energy. Has no choice, is transforming, but hasn't fully yet. He is almost there. He's turning into like a blackbird, and he's trying to fly out of this sphere, which was sort of elongated because he was a standing sort of man or whatever. And now, as he's metamorphosizing, he's turning into like a liquid or something, and then turning into a bird, and it's sort of getting smaller, and it's got all these triangles, and it's sort of creating a very hard shell. It's impenetrable if you're inside this. This is your orb of transformation. There are three. There's myself. So my two friends that I work with, I am a reflection of red. One is a reflection of blue, and one is a reflection of green. So we stand on our in our sections, and our higher selves are all channeling energy into this orb of this entity in order to transform him into light. Um, but we are healing all of these spaces simultaneously. This church space, this room, this ash room with the maze, and then this forest area. You just have to focus. I should be focusing for like 5 to 10 minutes. It's just, I need to focus here, so I'm just going to focus my energy. This is really working big time. It's amazing, this energy. I mean, it's basically breaking down the structures of old, sort of rotted out energy vibrations. He was still strong through the echoes of the past, I guess, is the only way to describe it. So this church is just, it has no value anymore. So I'm just breaking down the memories of it. This sort of space with a maze and all these people that have been trapped. I'm allowing a super energy to channel through here, to heal all of these spaces and to release all of the soul fragments that have been sort of trapped. And then this other green space, this natural space, a lot of death and murder was done right here. So all of this is being healed as this entity is very tough. He's not really giving up very easily, but he is transforming, and he just hasn't done it fully yet. Darkness like that, I mean, sometimes it's like instant. Sometimes it's almost like the time has come for this guy, or else it wouldn't have happened this way. Sometimes you can ask them, they'll be like, I'm not ready to transform, and they just go away, they just vanish, or they do their next thing. Sometimes they transform in the light, wholeheartedly do it, and then sometimes they want to transform, they just don't know how to. They fight it, but they'll just keep bothering you until you transform them properly. It's just like, quit nagging me, just transform already, or leave me alone. Sometimes they just keep nagging you, so you have to find ways to contain them in the state until they are transformed. Everything is healing. I mean, I'm getting so hot from this work I'm doing. I mean, I'm burning spicy hot with healing energy here. A large man was just taken to heaven from a deep space beneath that maze. This channels so much energy to do this into these places. That guy he's turning into a baby now. The one in the orb has not transformed yet. This man that just came out from beneath the maze is a very old sort of a reflection. He's released from there. I feel better with that guy out of there. So much energy. They're wanting to plant something in that place where the guy came out. So I'm taking a seed full of rainbow, and I am putting it in this hole that he came out of, in order to suck out all the old energy and to grow into this space and just a new harmony here of love. And that is a part of your heart too. There's nothing else matters but love, right? And so it's just breaking down all the walls. There's no maze. It's just breaking all the walls down now. Where that other entity came out of that ground of the space where we are with this guy with the orb, I'm putting a rainbow seed into the ground here too. This is doing some really big work here. It's another man coming up very slowly, made out of like a silvery energy. Coming upstairs even, from the ground up. He just really, I don't know who he is. He's kind of interesting looking. His behaviors are really patient and slow. Some other ones down here. There's a bunch of them down underneath where this tree is growing now. Sort of a stair came part of the ground here. They don't need to be down here. I don't understand it. It's a bunch of bodies that are walking slowly and aimlessly. It's just patient though. They're like all silvery. They almost look like they're made out of metal or something. I'm still watching. I'm sorry, but the energy, it is what it is. I can't force this to go any faster. It's a lot of energy and it's like draining me. But we're getting there. Everything is doing some massive healing work here. We're filling that sort of deep space with the maze, with water, like ocean water or something. It's like trees. It's a real tree though, but there's some need to fill this cavity with healing water. This tree sort of sucking out the old dark energy beneath the ground here and healing the ground, and then healing the air even. But for some reason there's a need now to wash this place too. Wash it with water. I still have not sure what these guys are underneath the tree. And then, I'm sorry, the energy is sucking out of me. And then there's a space with the church that's just turning into a red vapor energy. It's swelling because it was the heart of the town. The heart of the town was this church and this guy. People trusted him. He was wicked. It is unbelievable how wicked this guy was. They're wanting me to give this town a real, natural, genuine heartbeat of what real love is. The only thing I know at this time, we're just going to put this unbreakable love as a sunlight in here. And then we're allowing this sort of heart to find freedom to beat here with natural love. Is sort of embracing the love of all of these two intertwined soul connections, unbreakable love connections, to fill this space with what real love is. So That space is just evaporating. There's just a giant heart beating here with the beautiful sunlight inside of it that is glowing out of the heart. And so it's glowing out, it is touching all things with true love. Everything here in this space is. I'm using this to create a sunlight here. So this water just poured into this deep abyss space. But now all the walls are kind of going away, so it's not really a jar. Really, it's kind of like a tunnel downward to this point where this guy came out. Their roots down in there and sort of poured water in here, so it was like the tree was going to drown or something, but the water just was cleaning the space out. And the sun is now here, and it's just like a night sky, and now the sun is brightening everything up, drying things out, and we're going to start to see a natural setting here develop. That way this space is healed. There's even bunny rabbits and stuff. It looks like a giant tree growing amongst other natural things, grasses, plants of all different kinds, other trees here, sort of in the middle of a forest area. And sun just kind of, this light of all, is just filling this space with warmth and renewal and transformation. This is a big deal. So we have two spaces that are filled with healing now. This space here with this forest where everything always happened. And this guy, he's letting go. I've healed two massive spaces here for him. It's almost, this had to happen. He's just a liquid inside of this ball right now. He's not even a bird, or he's not a reflection of anything. He's just a liquid inside of this orb ball. They're wanting... There's something needs to happen here. I haven't figured it out just yet. What's that pink orb? I'm gonna meld this orb with the liquid in, and I'm putting the pink orb around it. He's a tough one. He is not transforming very easily. He's inside the pink, his orb is inside the pink orb now, and his orb just broke inside this pink orb, and then the pink orb is sort of digesting this dark energy, and now this pink orb is just, this is just a reflection of love now. Now the pink orb opens up and we see a white bird coming out, a dove. Oh, man. That was hard. I can feel it's sort of like a burning sensation that just instantly was there and gone once his bird self just flew out of there. So now we understand why all that happened. All that love just collected as pink energy. It's just all, just love and acceptance. It transforms all things. This is so amazingly healed right now. There's love from green energy entering here that hasn't been able to enter here properly. I wasn't able to effectively get that green energy into him when I tried. It's just coming here like a fog of green, and it's really pretty. They're wanting to lift up all the old negative energy that sort of looks like toothpicks or like thorns in the earth here. And they're all just coming straight, shooting straight out, and then disappearing. So the earth does not feel the pain of all of this murder that took place here. This is a real place on this planet Earth, a real part of a forest here on this earth where this happened. A lot of people were murdered right here in this specific spot, and the earth feels the pain. The earth drinks the blood of death of this kind, and it creates sorrow for the earth. It's bad, really bad energy. The more negative energy you have across the globe, now you see how war imprisons us all. because it creates energy, and it creates energy blocks that trap us here. And now even more dark entities harbor here because there's just more darkness, right? And then just keep building and building and building. Eventually, it has to go away through love, because we have to choose love. We have to choose it. And once we choose it, it's amazing how quickly we can start healing things and then attracting more love energies. Like this green vapor is now able to come here and heal the earth. And the earth is just spitting out like spears of wood, or like toothpicks of just pain is what is a reflection of. And then just once they spit out of the ground, they just evaporate. And now the earth is starting to feel healed. I'm bearing a version of unbreakable love in the earth here, so the earth can grow naturally. And remember, it just can rejoice with this feeling of what real love feels like. It's amazing. The sun from where this guy is on top of this building, I am allowing this sunlight to enter into this space to heal it even more. It feels so much warmer here. It feels like there's orb releases. There's sort of like soul fragments from other people who were murdered here just releasing into the sun now, just finding freedom. I mean, this is a big deal. Kristen, I can't even believe this was in there. Not only am I healing you, you're allowing me to share extraordinary wisdom with all of us. And then you're allowing me to also heal, what is this demon monster? I mean, he is not a demon anymore. He is not a demon. He's a reflection of the light now. He is, I can't even call him that. I'm not even going to choose to see him that way anymore, because that is not who he is now. And so now everything feels amazing, and now all this healing is taking place in relief for all kinds of souls that have crossed this guy's path, who you are one of them. You actually have crossed this guy's path, and now entering into you is allowing me to heal so many more than just you and the earth. So many bubbles like orbs just going up into the sunlight, just gravitating there, and they're not doing it quickly. They're just sort of lifting out of the earth. And just finding freedom in the warmth and the love of all, and release from that. The tragedies that this man caused so many people. I don't really know why this woman was put to death. But I can see he was. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, because that's part of the past. It's part of the old journal book. That's the book is part of that goes on the shelf, and now we have a new book for you. This is the most effective healing that I could possibly give you. Let me see what's going on with this heart portal now. As all this work is done, oh man. Why do these scenes have to keep changing on me? Now I'm sort of in a snowy place, and I'm a bunch of kids here, and we're throwing snowballs, and we're laughing, and we're being kids and having a great time throwing snowballs at each other. This is what life should be about. When life is about throwing snowballs at each other and laughing, now there's no war. Now there's not people being murdered in the middle of a forest. Like, you need to find ways to choose the laughter and the joy over anything else. This whole journey has been all about that, about emotions, emotional flavors that are the corruption of your mind and body and everything, corruption of society, corruption of so much more. You deserve a special gift from all of this. They're releasing this is an odd little bubble that was keeping this hole open, that just popped out of your hole sphere now. And it is too gravitating into the light as we're standing on the beach, and it's been overcast. But now overcast is changing to sun and blue sky and even tropical beaches. This orb of energy it's no longer needed to be a part of you or to keep the hole open. You're wanting to grow back together, to feel whole, and to be able to transfer love in and out in natural flow like the waves. Something is warming your body naturally just through the sunlight. Like you're a whole woman on the beach feeling warmed by the sun and the sand and the ocean waves, and it's so tropical and beautiful. This is also a reflection of love. True, genuine love makes you feel that amazing, just brings out the best parts of life, you know what I mean? It's really beautiful. Everything is just so beautiful right now. I don't even know what to do right now. Everything that has been this whole journey, all these scenes, all of these memories, all of these times and places, all of these soul connections, all these soul fragments, all of this stuff, it's all part of that old book. Now the only thing that matters is enjoying your life and feeling the freedom to sit on the beach and enjoy the sun and the warmth and the sand and the everything. And to feel that your heart is now fully healed from all of this baggage and soul suffering and incarnations that have not allowed you to have the natural balance and flow. Now you understand the meaning of Frida and Diego. They are the loves that we all aspire to experience, and your soul truly does have a twin soul of this caliber, and so monumentally, you're so aligned and you're so bonded that even if you're not together, you can feel each other, and even align with each other's experiences. They're saying that this love will enter into your heart now. I'm allowing some sort of this whole thing, it was always in the spiritual atmospheres. It was always a part of it. So every time I've been taking unbreakable love and using it in these spaces, it has always been the unbreakable love that exists within your own soul. So it has never been outside of your soul, and it has only been used as a gift of transformation for all of these spaces and all these memories and all these times. So it's actually in your solidified body, on the beach, in your heart, in your beating heart right now. I'm choosing to see that you have two beating hearts with two infinite, unbreakable little coins of energy that are awesome. Like tiny little ball of light, but it's like that big, and then it's just a sphere, unbreakable sphere, but then it has this like pow light that comes out. It's blinding, and so I have two hearts now, one on the right side and one on the left side, and they're beating blood through your body, and there's so much energy and it's like creating so much joy and excitement, like we're on the beach dancing with silly feet, and everything's just kicking up all this energy. It's just gravitating towards it, gravitating more love into your heart, for you to feel and experience and be aligned with the love of all. For you to feel that two hearts in oneness. Now you got four hearts in oneness because we got two infinite orbs of two. You get it. You getting the math here. It's all awesome. It's all great. I'm like so happy right now. I don't know what to say. These two hearts have an odd attraction to each other, and they're blending into one, and they're transforming into one massive heart inside, which was the equivalent of this hole in the center of your chest is now this massive glowing red heart. And you're solidified. You don't have a hole through you. You can't see the ocean on the other side. You're sort of just standing on the beach, but you're sitting up looking at the water as the sun's hitting you. Everything is so peaceful and amazing. Say, drink in the rays of the sun. Drink in the rays of love. Feel it in your body, in your blood, in your heartbeat, in your soul. Know your soul has loved and will love again. Of this caliber. This is big. This is beautiful. This is what is worth worshiping. You don't worship the evil priest, you worship the love of all. the love we all aspire to have and experience, and then you share it with everybody you can. So we can all feel it and be healed by it, and the earth can, and all the human beings and all the souls and even the demons can be healed by it. Everything can transform through love. This is the biggest gift. It's not just a gift of healing to you, Kristen. This is a massive gift your soul is giving to all of us. I'm going to be changed for life from this healing, because it's just every single one of these. I don't know what the wisdom is going to be. I don't know what I'm going to see. And just because you're like so cheerful and so, unique and everything in your emails, like when I go in the spiritual atmosphere, it just mind boggles me what ends up being the wisdom, because it's not always what you think, This is so beautiful. I can't wait for you to watch this video. I'm allowing you to embrace and experience two hearts becoming one, beating in your own chest, so you feel the love of all and you attract the love of all. Now you are in a perfect oneness and bondedness with the love of all, right? Your special love of all. I want this to be attracted. I want this to create a magnet. I want you to be able to attract this into your life. I'm doing this for you so your heart can heal and this heart portal, and you can feel what real love feels like, and then attract real love. So you can enjoy that for the rest of your life, Now you can take a vacation with each other and nourish each other on the warm, sunny beaches, And it's real and it's beautiful. And you deserve that gift from heaven. So I'm creating energy of this dream for you, and I'm sharing it with this big heart of yours, okay? So now I'm channeling this, my dream for you, into your heart, so it can manifest for you. So you don't have to do any of this hard work. It's already done. That's a pretty big deal. That's even making my heart feel good. Everything feels so much better now. All right, I'm going to just stop there. This has been one amazing healing. Thank you so much, Kristen, for this experience. And for those of you watching the video, if you've not experienced this whole rebirth journey for me, you should do it. And feel transformed by it. Share the wisdom with us all. Show us your unique soul. Let us learn from you and experience you, and transform everything. These soul rebirth journeys is just not about your soul. It's about all of our souls. All of our souls healing and learning, and even healing the earth too. It's amazing how expansive this work goes. It's infinite, It's infinite. So, okay, that's all. Thank you very much. I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of your day.